talk about a fan kick. To start, we're gonna go on the ground and work on our leg coordination, and then we will go up onto the pole to talk about how we can connect like the arms and the core. So, from the floor, we are going to start with both of our legs off to one side, and then whatever level of like torso angle feels the best for you. I'm actually gonna go behind my pole so that you can see more of me. To have that nice pretty fan kick, okay, let's talk about a fan kick. We're gonna start on the ground just to work on the coordination of our legs, and then we'll go up onto the pole, standing on the ground to work on the fan portion of it. So, being on the floor, you can be in front of the pole, behind the pole, whichever one makes more sense for you. And then whatever torso angle feels best for you. I personally like to go a little farther back because I don't have the hip flexor strength to have my legs look pretty if I am more propped up. So if we lay back, I'm on my forearm behind. The top leg is going to be the leading leg, and it's going to open in a nice like rainbow fashion to the other side. The cooler fan kicks that you see, what makes them look cool is the bottom leg takes longer to leave the ground than quicker. So I'll show you what I mean. So if I keep this bottom leg on the ground for as long as possible, it tends to look more dramatic than if I let it come sooner. So we're really resisting lifting the bottom leg for as long as we possibly can to come back around. And then with our torso on the floor, if I'm starting off to one side, I'm gonna lift, I'm gonna find the forearm of the other arm, fan, push off onto the opposite side of what I started on, forearm. Up, both, opposite side. So I like to practice doing a few of these when I know I'm going to do some fan kicky things, kind of get that movement down before I start doing stuff up the pole. You can do this on spin or static. I like to start on static personally. For our arm setup, it's going to be very similar to what you would do for an invert. Sometimes people will start super tucked in. This, to me, is a little bit harder to get the like pretty fan shape because you're so like crunched into the pole. So I like to start with the bottom arm being more towards, more like my elbow portion of it than my armpit. So it's more, I don't know what the best angle is, this than this, personally. For my inverts too, just as like a fun fact for you. Other arm, outside arm is just going to go on top, and then we want to make sure that we are having our butt cheek in front of the pole so that we are not smacking it as we rotate around. We're then going to shift off to the side, similar to what we did on the ground, and then pull the pole down towards the floor, like actively engage our arms to fan over. I'll show you more from the front. So we're here, we're gonna shift. So my inside leg comes across my body, and this is gonna be the big side swoop that we did on the floor. We're resisting, lifting that other leg for as long as we possibly can. I like to lift up off the ground a little bit with mine. I think it looks a little cooler, but if you're not ready for that lift, we're just keeping it low to shift back and forth. That little pull up, like you're going to do like an invert crunch, I think makes it look a little bit cooler because you can have your feet completely leave the ground. That's how I teach a fan kick. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns.